Mogelman. Die with the allergies. Episode 49. BBL's first talk, Big Boys League. Pistons suck. Season's over. Potentially. NFL draft this week. Gonna be a short one. Good to be back. A lot of takes to get off today. Tie off the Pacifico. I'm going sober tonight. Was worried about what I would say if I came to the show with a bourbon. All right, gentlemen. It has been a long, long time. We got a lot of takes to get off. We got a lot to get caught up on. Going to be a quick episode tonight. We're going to get into Pistons, going to get into NFL draft talk. But I just want to say good to see you guys. It has been, the last time we recorded was pre-March Madness. Shout out to the Michigan boys. Go Blue. Finally brought it home. Did it not just for the University of Michigan or the state of Michigan, did it for the conference. First Big Ten title since 2000. I know it's been a hot topic on the pod. So shout out to the boys in blue. Where we're going to start tonight, we're going to do a little bit of a pivot. Ty, normally our trivia guy, Jet is really excited, and he is going to lead the trivia segment tonight. So, Jet, ball is in your court. Can't wait to hear what you have.
Yeah, this is going to be only for the true NBA heads. Who was the 7th overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft?
Me, buzzing in.
Ty.
Buzzing in. It's actually it's our best joke. My best joke at work. We say his name every day at work. We love him. I hope I'm right. I might be wrong, but he's my GOAT. I'm gonna say it's Killian Hayes.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going to.
No way.
Hayes.
Killian in them?
No, it was not Killian and them. Any other guesses?
Oh.
2018 7th
Was he
overall
better or
pick.
worse than Killian? Give me a hint.
Better.
Wow, we're talking elite.
I'll give you a good
Killian
hint.
was 7 overall.
Not in 2018. I'll give you a hint. He was number 1 in plus minus in the Pistons Magic game.
Phew. Was he playing in Orlando, perhaps?
He was. The Pistons did not have many people in the plus.
No, okay.
Okay,
I
2018.
don't know. I mean, Jet, you watch. I don't know. I feel like we should know this.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot right now. I feel like I should know this. It's not Franz, because he was much later than 2018. Mo did not see the floor last night.
Unless he has the biggest plus minus and saw the floor for a minute and had like a block and a bucket.
I'm gonna go.
I'm saying Mosif.
I'm gonna go Wendell Carter.
It was Wendell Carter Jr. Got drafted to the Bulls.
Yes.
2018.
Yes.
Such a weird draft class.
I don't get a full point there.
Yeah. But that was such a weird draft class. That was with Trae Young, Luka Doncic. Wendell Carter went to Duke.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But kind of
that
like
was
a
Mo
loaded.
Wagner's draft class, I believe.
I have a question. Was and I don't know. I know Mo did. Did Franz? Did he go to Michigan too?
He did, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And y'all just got your natty? What happened?
Dude,
You
that
tell me,
team,
you had Thanos and now it happens? What are we talking about?
that team,
You,
I
you
really
had
thought
Max
was going to win
Prestige,
the
Josh
Natty.
Giddey, and now we're winning. I don't get it. Like,
that team, that Franz team, was the team that scored like 40 points in the Elite Eight and lost to UCLA. And that was Juwan Howard's first year as coach, I believe. I believe it was Juwan Howard's first year as coach. The Michigan team, I thought they were going to win the whole thing, and they lost in the Elite Eight to UCLA, who's a play-in team, and beat Michigan State in the play-in first four, and got all the way to the Final Four that year. But yeah, I think we had the wrong head coach is the deal with that. But what a poll, Jet. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Just wanted to kind of loop something in to the Pistons Magic game.
Yeah. Great segue, and that's where we're going to start. We're going to talk Pistons Magic. Pistons lose, 8.5-point favorites. They lose by, I believe, end up losing by 13, 11. Let's run through some of the stats from the game last night. So, Pistons drop game one. Wire-to-wire loss. Never had a lead once in the game. Got blitzed out in the first quarter. Every single time they cut it close, the Magic found a way. Got blitzed again at the beginning of the third quarter. By the way, first time a 1 seed has gotten beaten wire-to-wire in against an 8 seed in game 1 in like 32 years. Something crazy like that. Cade goes for 39 points and 4 assists. Cade was electric on offense, but the problem with that is that the Pistons don't win when Cade drops 40, and he's not dishing. 39 and 4 for Cade. Jalen Duren, did he play last night? That was, I think, the worst game I've seen Jalen Duren play in the NBA. The Magic did what they did last night, shooting like 32% from the three-point line. The problem was the Pistons also shot it terribly from the three-point line. Just a really, really rough game one. And so we're going to get into it. I'm going to start with an optimistic take, and then I'm sure we're going to get really negative here. But I just want to say, back when the Toronto Raptors won the NBA Finals with Kawhi, they were the 1 or the 2 seed. I forget exactly what seed they were. They lost game 1 to the Orlando Magic in their first series of the NBA playoffs. Back when Giannis got his chip with the Bucks, they lost game 1 of their first series to the Orlando Magic, and then they went on to win the NBA Finals. It means nothing, but if you want an optimistic spin and take on the game last night, that's all I can give you. Here is where we are going to start. I'm going to pose a question to you guys. Scale of 1 to 10. How scared are you that the Pistons don't win this series, that they don't get out of round 1? And Ty, we're going to start the night with you.
1.
Okay.
I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the guy that has all the NBA facts. Look, we're here to play Boston, okay? If we lose now, I'm not even considering that. It's embarrassing that we lost game 1. You know, I'd like to get out of this series a little bit earlier than we are probably going to. We're not losing the series, bro. Simple as that. I got no actual statistical input here. We're a 60-win team. Had a little hiccup. We haven't won a game in Detroit since, 08? Playoff
yes.
game? Yeah.
Not won a playoff game in Detroit since 08. 11 straight home playoff losses. Yeah,
it's a problem. I mean, it's whatever. We win the series. It's going to be uglier than we all imagine. You know, we're going to be asking, yada, yada, yada. They Bonds. No, and then we go play. Who do we play when we win? Who is
More
it?
than likely the Cavs.
Bonds. We roll them. 6 at worst. And then we get our series against Boston. It's the NBA upsets don't have. This isn't March, bro. It's April. Yeah, we go play Boston, and then we go a scrappy 7, and probably lose. That's my take. It's what I think happens. But we're here to play Boston. Yeah, we're gross right now. We're fine. We don't
All
lose the
right,
series,
you know,
though.
and that might be
Unless your boy
the
Thanos
best.
keeps playing like Thanos. That was
Yeah, see,
ridiculous. That
that's
was some circus shot. He's a globetrotter, bro.
I think
He's playing
Franz
banana
went on
ball
it
out
like a
there.
12-0 run himself there in the fourth quarter last night. It was ridiculous.
And they
You
all
actually
went
just
off
made
the
a really
glass.
good point. I know. You just made a really good point, actually, that is very optimistic, and I like it. This isn't March. This is April. That's a great point. You don't see 1 seeds lose to 8 seeds very often. It did happen a couple years ago when the Miami Heat, didn't they made the NBA Finals as an 8 seed? It did happen a couple years ago, but it very rarely happens. Jet, I'm going to ask you the same question. How
That was
scared are you?
Jimmy.
True. Jimmy Buckets. And the Heat culture. Come on. But, Jet, I'm going to ask you the same question. Scale of 1 to 10, how scared are you that the Pistons don't win this series?
It's a 1.
Okay.
Dude, we're just both young teams. I think we're definitely the better team. Slopped it up. We're fine. Would love to see LCA see their first win. Got to get it in game 2. If that doesn't happen, that one goes to like a 7. But I think we're fine. I think I'll take one. We'll take one, if not both, on the road, and I would love to close it out in game 5 also because I'm going to game 5.
Hell yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I will say I'm at a 3 right now. I'm going to put it at a 3. And here's my reason. I said this going into the playoffs. The team I did not want to see in the 8 seed was the Orlando Magic. They were top 3 betting favorites to win the East in the preseason. Just riddled with injuries all year. Finally back to full health. And they are, if you stack the rosters side by side, like, they're the more talented team. Doesn't mean they're the better team, but they're the more talented team. So I really didn't want to see the Magic. And I'm not going to overreact to one game, but the way that game went last night, it was every single negative that people have been saying about the Pistons for years just coming to fruition in one game. I think there was rust. JB Biggerstaff talked about that in the post-game presser. The Pistons haven't played a game in a while. They've been on a break. The Magic played 2 play-in games. But I'm at a 3. They lose Wednesday night. I'm with Jet. I'm at a 7 or an 8. They win Wednesday night. I'm probably down at a 1 with you guys. And Jet, I am with you. If they could wrap this up in 5, I would want nothing more than that. Get rested up and let the Cavs and Raptors hopefully go 6 or deeper in that series. But yeah, we're not going to overreact to one game, but I'm nervous. I did not like what I saw last night. Who wants to comment on Jalen Duren? What was that? I mean, that was awful. I believe he went 8.7 rebounds, but it was the defensive effort. Like, it seemed like late in the shot clock, back against the wall, you have the Magic dead to rights, and every single time they ran the same play, pick and roll attacking Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren flat-footed, getting backdoor cuts for wide open layups. Just the effort wasn't there, and then he wasn't attacking in the slightest on offense. Like I said, 8 points. I think pretty much every single bucket he had came from offensive rebounds. What was that?
I haven't watched enough Duren ball. Look, I'm in Dallas. I don't get coverage to Pistons games. It's the first game I've seen all year long. So I didn't notice an absence. I just noticed offensive boards and buckets, which I think you're right. I think every single one was off of an offensive board, which, as a person watching, is like a huge bucket. A second chance, that's a huge stat to win. So it didn't seem that bad because like everyone else seemed to be shooting it on offense. And then I don't know. But like the offensive board, the one dunk he had, I thought would do something. It didn't. He didn't do much. But I don't know how much he normally score. I don't know anything about this team.
Okay.
What's he
Jalen
average?
Duren is a 20 and 10 a night guy. He is a all NBA caliber center
No, I
this
know he's a
season.
stud.
And
I
then
already know he's putting 20.
yeah, and then with Cade out, I mean, he was leading scorer with
No, I
Cade
know
out
he's
of
yeah.
the
No,
lineup. I
he's
mean,
legit.
he's been on a tear down the stretch of this season. So it was just weird to see the low effort out of Duren, see him getting cooked. I mean, Wendell Carter tells you everything that you need to know. Jet said he had the best plus minus of any player on the court last night. Jet, question for you: how nervous in this series and beyond? If hopefully the Pistons, get out of this series, get to round two, hopefully they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston's going to be waiting. How nervous are you on the offensive end that there's not going to be enough firepower to help Cade out? Because we're not getting out of this series if you need Cade to put up 40 every night.
Right. I don't know. I feel like we kind of we changed our identity a little bit from the game, and you can just tell that from looking at the box score. I mean, Cade trying to outscore the Magic, we're not going to win the game. Every single Magic starter scored double digits, and all of our offense came from Tobias Harris, who was 5 for 15, 1 for 7 from 3, and then the rest pretty much all came from Cade. So obviously we got to spread the ball around more. And then not quite sure why, but Oscar Thompson only played 9 minutes in the second half.
9 minutes in the second half. That was wild to me.
So I don't know. I think we'll see what type of coach Bickerstaff really is, because, I mean, the East got a lot of flack for being wide open with Tatum out this year. Cavs had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the year. Magic had a ton of injuries at the beginning of the year. So, it would be a real damn shame if this 60-win, one-seed Pistons team got tarnished and we were kind of fool's gold. But I'll tell you what, if we make adjustments and blow out the Magic in Game 2, it's like, yeah, Bickerstaff is that guy. He can make adjustments. So I guess we'll see. I don't want to be skeptical just yet.
Yeah. No, and again, we're not going to overreact. Like I said, it's one game. I think where Bickerstaff can make some big-time adjustments, obviously on the defensive end and how they choose to defend the different action that Orlando attacked them with, but also in the lineups. To your point, Asar Thompson getting 9 minutes in the second half. And I get it. He at that point in the game, you're down 12, you're down 13, you blink, you're down 15, and you're looking for points. Asar doesn't really give you that. But at the same point in time, you need stops. And Asar might be the best wing defender in the league. I mean, he's up there. He's up for Defensive Player of the Year this season. Also, I give the guy a lot of flack, but I would much rather see Karis LeVert out there than Kevin Huerter. I think LeVert was on the court for 4 minutes last night. I don't even know if we saw him in the second half. Dennis Jenkins, his first ever playoff game, he didn't play his best. I expect those guys to get better, but I think that JB can do quite a bit with the lineups and adjustments there. That'll help this team moving forward. Need to see more Asar, and you need some more shooting on the court. I mean, that's been the problem with this team all year, even though they won 60 games. But that's been the Achilles heel all year is the shooting. So, but the good news is this. Show up Wednesday night, kick their ass, cover the spread, win by double digits, trains back on the tracks. I'm not nervous at all. We're good. We're rolling. And a 5-game series would be ideal here. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'm scared this goes 6, potentially 7, but a 5-game series would be fantastic.
One last thing I want to say. If I'm a Magic fan, I say, wow, we just played like shit and won that game. But also, as a Pistons fan, you got to think, wow, we just held the Magic to 112 points. Obviously, shots will start falling next game, and we'll blow them out of the water. So I don't know. I think that I think we're going to be just fine. I really do think that we just maybe a little first game jitters. A lot of expectations for this team.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair point. And at the end of the day, Pistons have the best player on the court in every single one of these games. Pistons got the best player on the court. That's what gets you playoff wins. And that's the thing about the NBA is I'm not going to say that the Pistons are a fake 1 seed. I obviously don't believe that. But in the NBA, playoff basketball is a completely different level of basketball than regular season basketball. And so talent wins. The Pistons have the best player, most talented player on the court in all of these games, no matter how deep it goes. So I like the chances. Let's get out of here in 5 if we can. We'll be back on. I really hope the next time we record, the Pistons have a 2-1 lead, and we're talking about how we close this thing up at LCA in Game 5, and we can move on to previewing round 2 a little bit. But before we move on to NFL draft, any last points anyone's got to get off about the Pistons? Nope. All right, we're good.
No.
All right, let's go.
Wait. Are we? Y'all can hear me?
We lost time.
I still got cons. I'm going to get another beer. I still got cons, though. Keep going.
All right, here we go. NFL draft preview, round 1, Thursday night in Pittsburgh. I've got a fun little game that we're going to run through here. We're going to keep some receipts. We're going to see who wins. We're going to make some draft predictions for Thursday night. A couple of these are general league-wide. A couple of these are Lions-specific. Modelo, great choice, great beer. So here we go. Rapid fire, quick responses, NFL draft night 1 predictions. We are going to start. Jeremiah Love draft position. Is he drafted over or under 4.5? Ty.
Oh, God. Oh, under.
I was going under. Jet.
That was a jump. I mean,
I'm saying
Jeremiah
over.
Love over under 4.5.
Yeah.
You said over?
Yeah, what? You said...
I said over.
Oh, okay. They said yeah.
No, I said over. I
didn't
pointed
hear you say
up
over.
too. I know. Sorry, that's my bad.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
No, you're all good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm also going under.
Yep.
I'm going to write yes down for
Jet.
I'm also going under. I think he might go 3. And if he doesn't go 3, he'll go 4.
To Arizona?
But I think he might go 3 to Arizona. I'm going to go under. All right. Ty Simpson, is he drafted in the first round, yes or no? Ty?
Yeah, I gotta say yeah. After recency. I mean,
Jet.
We let JJ go like 9 or something?
Jet, Ty Simpson, first round, yes or no?
Yeah.
Damn. All right, we're all on the same page there. I'm also going to go yes because of the 5th-year option. I think a team trades back into the end of the first round to get Ty Simpson. All right. Trades in the top 10. So Schefter's been talking about it. Pelissaro, Rappaport. They've been talking about there's going to be a trade-heavy draft. Trades in the top 10 Thursday night, over under 2.5. Jet.
Under.
Ty.
Under.
I am going over. Mel Kiper crash outs. Over under 1.5. Jet. Yelling, screaming, using profane language, that counts as a crash out.
I know. Last year,
he crashed out about 8 times last year.
$1 billion. Yeah. I'm going to say the under this year. I think it's going to be an underwhelming year.
He keeps it in check. All right, Ty.
Same. I think he got a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same. I think ESPN had to pull him to the side, have a little talk with him, especially over Shador, who was awful. I mean, every single crash out last year was over Shador, and Shador ended up being awful. Okay, we're gonna switch up. We're gonna go Lions specific draft questions. Do the Lions pick at 17, or do they trade up or trade down? Ty.
This is something I can actually speak on. I see a lot of stuff here. People want to go back. I think they go up. And I think they.
You think they
I have a whole scheme here. Yep.
Okay.
We can circle back on this. I have a whole scheme here, though.
Yeah, we will circle back on this. So Ty's got him trading up. Jet.
I say trade back.
I am with Jet. I don't think they pick at 17. I think they trade back, acquire some more capital.
I'm telling you, I think I'm cooking with cooking with gas. What's it called? Cooking with oil? What do they say? What's the saying?
Seed oils.
I'm cooking with something.
With seed oils.
Cooking with gas. Cooking with seed oils. Yeah.
We're gonna get to dream scenarios and things that we think are gonna happen, and I'm excited to hear what Ty's got because Ty's got a strategy here. Okay, last question. Do they go offense or defense in round one? Jet.
Offense.
TY.
Offense.
I am going defense in round one. Probably because that's my personal bias. That's what I want them to do. But I think they go defense. All right. There we go. That is the draft roundup. We will come back next week, see who won. We're all over the place there, so somebody's going to come out winning. All right. Let's get to Lions specific. They're sitting at 17. I think they're going to trade back. So does Jet. They could stay at 17 and pick. Ty thinks they're going to trade up. Ty, I'm going to get to you in a second, but I'm just going to talk about some of the names that have been floated if they stay at 17. So obviously they trade up, this changes. They trade back, this could change. But been looking at a lot of mock drafts. I'm seeing a lot of offensive tackle or defensive edge rushers. That's what everybody's got. Mock to the Lions. It makes a ton of sense. They need a tackle. They need another edge rusher. Some of the names that I've seen if they stay at 17. On the defensive side of the ball, I see a lot of Akeem Messidor out of Miami, who I love. I really like him. The downside to him is he's old. He's like 25. By the time he plays his first NFL game, he's going to be close to 26. That's the downside with Messidor. But go watch his tape and what he did at Miami opposite of Reuben Bain. The other name that I'm seeing a lot of is Kendrick Falk out of Auburn. He is really interesting to me because his junior year, he played as a true edge rusher and filled up the stat sheet, got after the quarterback. New defensive scheme his senior year and played a little bit more kind of drop coverage, kind of a linebacker role. So the stat sheet doesn't look great, but I don't know how I feel about Kendrick Falk, but that's the other name that I'm seeing on the defensive side. On the offensive side, offensive lineman, I'm seeing a lot of Caden Proctor at tackle, could play guard in the NFL. I'm seeing a lot. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name, but Ione, the guard from Penn State. Not sure if you use first-round capital on a guard when the Lions don't necessarily need a guard, but he is the best in the business. He's going to be a really damn good NFL guard. And then the name that I'm starting to see who's flying up draft boards was not mocked as a first-rounder around the combine is Monroe Freeling, the tackle out of Georgia. And I'm seeing him mocked to the Lions at 17 quite a bit. So the question is going to be, dream scenario, what names would you like? Give us a list of a couple names you'd like to see the Lions land on Thursday night. And Ty, dying to hear your scenario. You've got it mapped out.
I think, I mean, as obvious as ever, we need offensive line. Jared Goff is not a top 10 quarterback with a bad offensive line. With a good O-line, he's elite. I think that's easy as it gets. I think it has to go O-line. And I think there's vulnerability in that 13 spot. I saw this a little bit ago. Drafting 13 is the LA Rams, who are in a win now spot. We can offer them something that they can essentially use to win now. Take their spot at 13 and go get that kid out of Utah. Like Fanu kid,
Fano.
FANU. Yeah,
Yep.
that offensive tackle. It's just a team that if we make them a deal, they don't need that 13. If we give them something, they can go. We give them a player, something like that, because they're in a win now. They have a Stafford. They're in an absolute win now in that division to play Seattle, who's playing really well. They have to make their move. They have to make a jump now, and I don't think they have anything that they need at 13 that can really move the needle for them. We can send them a player, which we have to do because of how good our young guys are that are coming off their rookie contracts. Something like that. I think there's a spot there at 13 for the Lions to go jump, take the Rams spot, and go get the best offensive tackle of the draft, arguably, and that is the kid out of Utah. That's where I think there's a gap in the system, and that's where I think they can jump. And Brad Holmes is not afraid to jump. We know, that's one thing. It's not crazy to think he loves to jump. I mean, Jameer was a reach when we got him. I mean, if there's something we'd like, and LA's a team that has to do it now. That's what I like a lot because it makes sense on both sides if we can send them something worth it. Like they can give up a second round, third round, and we send them, whoever. We have young dudes who we just literally can't pay. Like there are a couple, So if they want anyone, or I think there's something that can be worked out that can really improve their team, and they don't need that 13 spot, and they can go back and I don't know. That's the angle I like a lot. It makes sense on both sides, and we need a good offensive tackle, I think.
I would say I like that. And you're absolutely right. Brad Holmes does not show any willingness to go out and trade for players at the trade deadline, but he's been super aggressive in the draft and moving up and getting his guys. So if Brad Holmes has like a crazy grade on Fano, however you pronounce his name, and he's on the board at 13, 14, 12, I could see that, and I would be all for it. I would be all for it. You know what? I'm gonna make you guys wait for it. I have a name to watch on draft night, a lion to watch that could be a trade piece, and we're gonna get to that in a second. Jet, dream scenario. What player or players do you have your eye on at 17 or moving up to go get?
The only person that I would be happy with moving up to get is Ruben Bain. And I'm just going to, this isn't a personal attack on either of you. This is just my thoughts. I hate the guy that played opposite of him from Miami. And reason being is because I think that he just looked well because of Ruben. And then,
totally agree. That's fair.
Ty, I do not want to move up to get an offensive tackle from Utah. There's two offensive linemen that are mocked in the top 20 from Utah. I mean, I don't actually think that Utah's offensive line was that insane last year. Their quarterback got sacked so many times, but he also ran around a lot. But it's like I do want an offensive lineman. When you asked what position, I'm strictly saying offense, just off offensive line. And that's not sharp. DraftKings have the Lions taking an offensive lineman first at -380. So I'm pretty sure we're going to take an offensive lineman. Whether we move up for that, I would kind of be pissed. I don't think we should move up for it. I'd rather move back and build a bunch of offensive linemen, just build around a ton of them, and hopefully one of them works out or two of them work out. But I would also argue we are also in a win now scenario. We've got a bunch of young talent, and then we have Jared Goff, who is definitely not getting any younger. I don't know. I think we need to keep all of our pieces, and I would like to just try and bulk up this offensive line, or maybe at the off chance that Ruben Ruben Bain's on the board at 10. If it's double digits and he's still on the board, and I'm Brad Holmes, I'm making a call to somebody.
Can I ask?
If I jump in here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, and then I got a question for Jet.
We probably have different questions. Jet, you take out Jared Goff of our roster. Are we still win now?
Yeah.
Take him off our roster. Take quarterback. You think so? We don't have enough young talent everywhere else. I get Goff is old and good, and that's our problem. We have young talent. I mean, I get the defense is weak, but like the young studs we have a bunch of young studs. If we get
the young studs that we aren't all going to be able to pay them. We're not going to be able to keep them all. So this is like another one of those things where it's like if we do not trade them away, like you're saying to do for talent, which is a route that we can go. I'm saying we keep them all, and it's win now, win with the young core, and then they'll go out and get paid elsewhere. But if we don't, we could get into a cycle of drafting really well but not doing anything with it actually doesn't win you anything. Those players just go on to get paid elsewhere.
So you think almost like for sure that this window ends with Goff, essentially? Like you have probably 2 more years, 3 more years of being really like we're close, and then it's like, all right, it's over.
100%.
Okay.
I'm with Jet on that. Actually,
okay.
I'm with Jet on that. And I had a different question for Jet. Your problem with the Utah tackles, is that a little Spartan in you with the Whittingham?
No, it has with what?
Like because Whittingham was their coach?
No, I honestly didn't even remember. I thought you guys still had Harbaugh as your coach.
I thought Stanley was still calling shit over there.
Yeah, exactly. We don't even know. It's like our U.S. government. We don't know who's calling the shots. No, I just seriously, I remember being high on Utah last year and watching their games. Their quarterback, I thought he was so sweet. He was like the next Mike Vick, and he was actually not the next Mike Vick. But I don't know. I don't think offensive tackles, you can always tell in college how they'll translate to the pros, because I think that there's a lot that they can develop and work on. You just need big bodies. So let's just draft a lot of big bodies.
I gotcha. I really like I like Fano. Listen, I'm not the best evaluator of offensive tackle talent, but I like the Utah. I just had to ask the question. All right, I'm going to answer my own question that I asked you guys. I said I think the Lions trade back, and I agree. I think they need draft capital. They've spent a lot of it to move up in mid-rounds last couple of years, and they need to build that stash back up. So I could see them moving back. I think the defense is in just such dire need of help that I would like to see them go defense. If you had to give me a dream scenario, Joey, this is boring, but I agree with you. Like, if you're going to move up in the draft, it's got to be for Ruben Bain. Like, that's the only answer. It's got to be for Ruben Bain, a guy you can put on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson. You can get after the quarterback. Try to emulate a little bit with what the Houston Texans have been able to do with Danielle Hunter, and then they just signed Will Anderson to that massive deal. Brad Holmes, come on. We have Womack. What's his name? The dude who hasn't registered a stat in like 3 years is our defensive end number 2 right now. But so I'd like to see them, if they're going to move up, it's got to be for Ruben Bain, in my opinion. Or let me throw out a crazy scenario. Caleb Downs starts to fall down the draft board.
Oh, God.
Maybe there's some concerns.
Fall to what?
Maybe there's some concerns. He's sitting on the board there, 9-10. Do you move up and get Caleb Downs? I'd be okay with that. I don't think he makes it there, but there has been some talk about injury concerns with Caleb Downs. We know Brad loves a player with injury concerns. And with question marks with both Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, could you imagine Caleb Downs on that defense? I am going to give you guys, and maybe this isn't a hot take. Maybe it's not a hot take. You guys aren't surprised by this at all. But a name that I keep seeing floated, and a name that I think makes a lot of sense as a trade piece for the Lions on draft night, Sam Laporta. and I'm going to give you guys
100%.
a trade.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to give you guys a trade here that I read, and I want to know if you guys would do this. I want to know if you say yes or no to this. So, the Lions would trade Sam Laporta and number 17 to get Commanders number 7 overall, a third-round pick, and Commanders tight end Ben Sinnott. Would you do it?
We get the 7 and the tight end, and they get 17 in Laporta.
Mm-hmm. And we get a third-rounder on top of it.
So we get
little cherry
Desmond
on
Bain.
top is a third-rounder.
you say we
Brad,
get Desmond Bain.
Is that not his name, bro?
Dude,
What's
hold on.
his
Desmond
name?
Bain, Reuben Bain,
Isn't it
both have
Desmond
T-Rex
Bain?
arms.
Who's Desmond Bain?
Desmond Bain is the
that the guy's
shooting
torch
guard for the
4-foot
Magic.
wingspan for the Magic.
Okay,
They both-
I'm getting haunted, bro.
They
That's
both
dark as hell,
have
this
T-Rex
room.
arms. Would you do the trade?
If we get Desmond, no. If we get Ruben, yes. I'm joking.
I'm also doing
No,
that
I'm
trade. I'm a yes.
I'm no on both sides.
Really?
I'm
Jack,
a yes,
would you say
and
yes,
just I'm a yes, and this is a topic for another episode. But my entire life, I've always wanted the NFL, the MLB, and the NBA to all combine leagues, and then just be like,
That'd be sick.
I'm
Get
sorry,
the guy
cut
from
out.
Batman.
I cut out there. No, yeah, it could be like Reuben Bain for Desmond Bain, and the Pistons are like, yeah, we're just gonna suck this year, but we're getting Reuben Bain to the Lions, and like then you have super stacked NFL teams, but the worst like Pistons team, or you have like the best MLB team, and you have like a terrible NFL team, and it's all just one
And then next
conglomerate.
And then next year you trade the entire good NFL team to get a. And then you load up the other sport, and everyone's happy. You go 4 years in a row. You have a dynasty as a city. And you
Yeah,
just keep
This
trading
is
teams
genius.
around.
Wait,
Plan-
this
or
is genius. We need to do a full like segment on this in the future, and we will. Ty, go ahead.
And this is something I wanted to say earlier, which I don't really know. I could be dumb. Hartley, your point earlier, you said you want defense, whatever. Yes. Oh, because you brought up the Texans. First of all, we are so far from the Texans. They are loaded on defense. We have Brian Branch with chopped cheese on his leg. That shit falls off you do this, it falls off the bone. Okay? That's who. Okay.
I
Next
know.
point. So we're nowhere near
You're
building what
making
they
my
have.
point for me.
No, they're loaded. We're years from being loaded on defense. We're not one piece away on defense. We're buns. We have Jet Li coming off the edge on the other side of Hutchinson. Next point. I don't understand what last year didn't. Maybe I'm dumb here. What did last year not show us on offense? If we have no O-line, we are buns. Nothing changed from last year, from 2 years ago, except for that O-line. You give Jared Goff time, he's the best in the world. You rush him a little bit, we are buns. We missed the playoffs. We get swept by the Vikings, who are
Yeah.
garbage. I mean,
9.
it's just like we went from 15-2 to buns because we didn't have protection. It's a run. You establish the run. We have no line. You can't just establish a run because they commit to the run when you can't throw the ball. Jared Goff doesn't have time. He can't throw the ball. It's just a known fact. He's not mobile at all. You give him time, everything changes. I don't know how this isn't a full sellout for O-line. And DraftKings probably has it right, but I don't get what you guys see in getting Bain here. You have to go O-line. We are a done team if we cannot protect Jared Goff, and we are really good when we do protect him. I don't like we have the best. We have the three the three-headed goat on offense of Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and J-Mo. You give him time, we're cooking. And you rush him like we did last year. We went from 15-2 to Buns because we lost protection. I don't know how this is not an instant sellout for O-line. That's I don't get what the defensive thing is here. Unless you think Brad Holmes is going to go get someone for O-line, which has never happened. He's not going to get a player. It's all draft. It's how he rolls. I don't get so you guys can explain your side here, but I don't get how you draft defense here.
Generational.
Well, I was the only one that said defense. Yeah, I mean that's my thing, right? Is it's a pretty deep class for offensive linemen, and there's no guarantee that a rookie is going to perform, especially at that position, right? Like especially at tackle, because if you're going offensive line in the first round, it's got to be a tackle.
Yep.
My argument is that I would like to see an edge rusher specifically. It's got to be the right one, but I'd like to see an edge rusher specifically because I can't believe I'm about to say this. I actually think Larry Borum might be okay on the right side. You slide Panay over to the left. We got our two guards. Big upgrade at center in Cade Mays, which the interior, our center was our biggest issue last year. It wasn't the tackle position. Like, I actually think Larry Borum can give you a similar performance throughout the season on the right side as Taylor Decker did on the left side last year. That's why I say defense. We did not get pressure on opposing quarterbacks last year. You just made my point for me. We got swept by J.J. McCarthy in the Vikings last year because J.J. McCarthy could make a picnic in the pocket. It was a problem. Yep. And I use the Texans as a comp because the Texans get after the quarterback. That's the reason I use them as a comp. You're right. Nowhere near the talent level as the Texans on defense, but there are significantly more holes on defense than offense. That's why I'd like to see them go defense. But I'm not going to complain if they go offensive line. They get a tackle. They solidify your right tackle. You got Panay on the left side moving forward. I am good with that. I would like to see an impact player. I think Ruben Bain adds more wins to this team next year than Fano, Proctor, Freeling, any of those guys do, because I think Larry Borum can do a good enough job on the right-hand side. So that's my take. But I don't hate the offensive tackle take. And the reality of getting Ruben Bain is extremely unlikely. I know that.
I mean, Bain's the truth. I had to play him in the playoff, bro. I had preloaded tickets to Miami.
You had to block him
on Southwest. It looked like I was blocking him. It looked like me and Will Campbell joined together, and we're just, pardon my language, retarded. We got just. I mean, I had to watch it. That was my team that he just ran through. Yeah, he's really, really good. God,
he's done.
It's exciting, but like. When 2 years ago, we went 15-2, and I remember talking about it with you, Hartley, over Christmas. We were probably drinking, and I remember telling you it felt like a Lane Kiffin team, like how it was when I was at Ole Miss. They might score 40 on us. Our defense wasn't great when we went 15-2, but if they punted 4 times a game, 5 times a game, we were punting twice. Like, we would score every time we touched the ball. Like, that's how we were winning games. It was not, we weren't just simply the better, we weren't, we would dominate teams, but like, we were scoring a ton. We're the highest scoring team, ever that year? Was it ever?
No.
No, I think greatest show on turf was, but it was up there. Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah, but like it wasn't a full team thing. It's like that's how this team has to operate. That's how it's a relatively the same core, not like the same people, but same identities. That it's not really defensive studs. It's just Amon-Ra, J-Mo, and Jahmyr Gibbs. It was Demo, but like it's like, dude, you're not gonna stop us with Jared Goff with time. You can't guard both receivers. A play action, Jahmyr's gonna pop one. Demo was gonna pop one. They could not put enough guys. We were going to get points. And you had Dan Campbell calling plays like Lane Kiffin going for it, 4th down. I mean, it's impossible. It is impossible to stop a team like that who, I mean, you can keep up with them and win, but
so this will be the last point I make. Last point I make on this. I hear what you're saying. I'm not arguing it, but I have been so frustrated, and I've talked about it on this podcast for years. Dane Campbell brought in Aaron Glenn to run a specific type of defense, and then promoted Calvin Shepard to run that same specific type of defense, which is press man coverage and get after the quarterback. The Lions have consistently had one of the worst defenses in the league year in and year out under Dan Campbell because they don't get after the quarterback. You cannot run press man, single man coverage and get after the quarterback if you don't get after the quarterback. And my only argument, Ty, will be the regular season in the NFL. It's not like the NBA with a huge difference, like between regular season and playoffs, but the regular season is different than the playoffs. Show me a team that has won a Super Bowl with a bottom tier defense in the NFL. Like, I honestly,
I'm not disagreeing.
That's my argument is I cannot watch this style of defense without getting pressure on the quarterback. That's why I want to see defense.
I'm not disagreeing with that. Going back to Jet's point of it, if it's win now, we should have won in San Fran 3 years ago, okay? Gone to the bowl and would have lost, okay? The year after that, we were the 1 seed, 15-2, essentially our year. Last year, a little bit down. Now we rebuild. If we're win now, do we just change our whole scheme now? Like, we were there twice, essentially. 3 years ago in San Fran, we probably shouldn't have made it that far, but we did. 2 years ago, we were arguably the best team in the league. Last year, whatever. But like now, do we change our whole scheme if it's a win now? You know, like we've been there, we've been this close. Is that not the scheme? Like, is now when you totally flip it and try and go defense? And I'm not saying we're draft every defensive player, but like it just seems like we've been so close. Maybe both years we were a piece away or something. It's like. Or if something play a different way, then we're in the bowl both years. And maybe
you're the one saying it's not win now. You're saying
I'm just saying you guys want to go defense. Because I think Jared Goff makes it win now. I don't hate Jared Goff, but I do think what was it? 8 months ago we talked about this, and I'm like, hey, if we can go get Burrow. I think if we can get someone young, but we aren't even close to having a quarterback that's worth a damn behind Jared Goff. So essentially it is win now, but I don't believe we have a young core. It's going to be hard to pay, but like, I don't get how you run away from this. We haven't been good in forever, my whole lifetime. And now we've been close twice. This might just be a scheme for now until this thing runs dead and then we're back to being garbage. But the scheme has worked of just scoring more points. So that's where I'm at.
Let me float a scenario, and then we'll start to wrap up here. All right, we go offensive tackle, round 1. Trade up and land like a, what's his name, Zion, the kid from Missouri, or like a Jayshon Barham out of Michigan. They're mocked to go like early second round. We get our edge there, and then I'm happy. Get 2 impact players on both lines, on both trenches, and I'd be happy. I'm not like on this hill willing to die for it's got to be defense in the first round, but I can only tolerate the Legion of Whom for so long. I can't look at our edge depth. But was it not the Legion of
Whom 2 years ago? Was it not garbage defense? You know, it's not like we went from like actually Richard Sherman and them and Cam Chancellor. We didn't.
Yeah, but we had Kirby and Brian cleaned up.
Kirby was balling
a lot. Kirby and Brian cleaned up a lot.
Aiden Hutchinson snapped his leg in half.
I know. It's just honest question. Are there too many holes? Is it?
Aleem McNeil also got hurt. Like, we had a ton of injuries.
We don't have anything. But you guys are forgetting Rock Ya-Sin is back.
True.
The king.
Lockdown.
He's so damn good, bro. He's so damn good.
Okay.
I don't know. It's stressful.
Okay. We are going to Ty, you just brought up something that we're going to get into after the draft, which is, does this team have too many holes, and what are expectations for next season? But we're going to talk about that after the draft. This is going to be the last question of the night. What position would, and don't say like quarterback, don't say quarterback. What position would make you throw your TV out the window if they drafted it in the first round on Thursday night? Jet, you go first.
I mean, I would be very upset with a running back, but I also think that that's kind of like saying same thing as quarterback. Like, we have Pacheco, we have Gibbs.
No running back, no quarterback.
Why the hell?
Somewhat realistic.
Also, it would be like your dream scenario or something you brought up. If we traded up to get Caleb Downs, I would freak out.
Oh, I'd love that. Okay. All right. Mine is cornerback. And I know we need cornerbacks, but I'm sick of it. Terrion Arnold, Jeff Okudah, I don't want to see it anymore. I'm sick of it. No cornerback. TV goes out the window if Brad picks a corner in the first round on Thursday. Ty.
I mean, I feel like it's the same thing as wide receiver and quarterback, or running back and quarterback, but wide receiver. I think that's too obvious, though. Especially with Tesla last year, which seemed like a little head scratcher, which I think is a good pick. I think will pan out. Yeah, I think he's a good player, but it just seemed a little bit forced. But no, I probably agree with you on corner. I don't know, because it's such a need to where it's like, please pan. If it pans out, it's like, not even pans out. If he's worth a damn, it's like, okay, huge. But if it's worse than TV throwing. If we draft a corner and he sucks, it's like, I mean, the worst. Worse. Things that would get us demonetized, because we are monetized on this podcast. We do make a good chunk of money doing this.
Yeah.
I would say some things that would demonetize us if our cornerback busted again. So I'll say that. But it's like a need, on
Rumble.
Yeah. But it's such a need to where I don't know if I wouldn't love it, but I'd be like, okay, like, really, please be good. But I mean,
I don't want to put
receivers a waste, tight ends a waste. I hate tight ends. I hate drafting tight ends. This is a waste of position.
Okay. I don't want to put this in the universe, but there's a world where Brad Holmes trades up and takes Kenyon Sadiq. So you just get ready for it. There's a world where that exists.
Okay, but that has to be with a trade that gets
And also, if we're trading Laporta, that wouldn't be that crazy.
True.
I mean, it sucks, but it makes sense. Like, if you have to ship Laporta if you're gonna get a tight end, who better be. I don't know. Who hopefully can play tackle too.
Yeah. Caden Proctor can go out and run routes and catch balls. So maybe it's
what's up with him, by the way?
Tight end tackle. He's fat.
Like, what I'm looking at mocks. I'm at 15, 16.
Yeah, he's
so
fat.
they got taken Monroe, that boy, Georgia. Proctor is drafted where I would go. Good God, where is he? Yeah, 28 at Houston. That's about where I would fall in this draft.
Yeah, not a deep draft.
Yeah, he was. I mean, when the mocks first started coming out, we talked a while ago about it. He was our guy.
Yeah,
he's actually as big. I mean, look at Miami's whole team. They're just the biggest freaks of all time, and quite frankly, it's hard to beat some fat dudes, bro. I feel like I was playing Michigan out there. Zero talent anywhere, just a bunch of fat guys. Like, just you can't touch their quarterback or their running back. It's just like, what am I watching? This is 2026 and I'm watching garbage. I was so angry.
Two Pacificos in him, and he starts talking like this. He starts acting like this.
I'll tell you how to play ball. It's just y'all was bigger in the trenches. It's so gay. It's how we lost to Miami. It's so dumb. We lost to Carson Beck. You know, mad at me?
You got to look yourself in the mirror and deal with that, buddy. All right. We're going to wrap up. I really hope that we can get on next week and have an awesome conversation about the amazing draft class that Brad Holmes pulls in. We're also going to talk Pistons next week. Hopefully the Pistons are up 2-1. Please, God. I plan on going live Thursday night for round one. I might be solo. Jet might be with me. I don't know.
I might clock in from a bar.
Ty might clock in from the bar. We'll see how it goes down. But I plan to be live on TikTok. So if you're listening to this still, you can join Thursday night during round one. Yes, sir.
You can keep going. Finish your sentence. I got something to say. Unless you're done.
Ty's going to take us home. But we'll be back next week. I think we're going to start doing more consistent, especially following the Pistons in the playoffs, NFL offseason, Tigers, Kevin McGonigal. I'm not going to bring it up, but it is kind of Kevin McGonigal's the best Tiger, without a doubt, like without a shadow of a doubt. He's the best Tiger right now. We'll talk Tigers. And then we will talk NFL draft next week. Take us home, Ty. I'll let you have the last word tonight.
Okay. A.J. Brown to the Patriots. Do they win a bowl in the next 3 years? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Do they go back to a bowl in the next 3 years?
No.
Vrabel cursed the Patriots by cheating on his wife.
Yeah, we don't tolerate adultery on this show.
This is an anti-adultery podcast.
I want that known. Yes.
Yeah. Monetize us. Sponsor.